Top 10 Indoor Plants That Grow Bushier and Lush Quickly. Welcome to Earthly Delights. Hey there, fellow plant lovers. If you've ever dreamed of transforming your home into a lush indoor paradise, you're in the right place. Imagine walking into a space filled with thriving, vibrant greenery, plants that don't just sit there but grow fast, fill out beautifully, and bring life to every corner. Whether you're a beginner still figuring out the difference between overwatering and underwatering, or a seasoned plant enthusiast looking to expand your indoor jungle, this video is for you. There's something magical about watching a plant go from a tiny cutting to a bushy, thriving masterpiece in just a few months. But here's the secret: not all plants grow at the same pace. Some take years to reach their full potential, while others seem to explode with lushness almost overnight. Today, we're diving into the world of 10 incredible indoor plants that not only grow quickly but also become fuller, bushier, and more stunning with time. We know life gets busy. You might be someone juggling work, family, and a million other responsibilities. Or maybe you're just starting out on your plant journey, and the thought of keeping a plant alive feels overwhelming. Don't worry. These plants are easy to care for and perfect for anyone looking to add instant greenery to their space. We'll also share some expert tips along the way to help you keep them thriving effortlessly. So, if you're ready to turn your home into a lush, green sanctuary, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore these stunning plants together. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Seedling that way, you'll never miss out on our best plant care tips, DIY gardening hacks, and all the inspiration you need to grow your indoor jungle. Alright, let's get started. First up, we have a plant that's as colorful as it is fast growing. Let's talk about the incredible Coleus. Let's start with a plant that's as stunning as it is fast growing, Coleus. If you're looking for a plant that doesn't just grow quickly but also fills your space with vibrant, ever-changing colors, this one's for you. Coleus is like the chameleon of the plant world. Its leaves come in a mesmerizing mix of deep reds, bright purples, electric greens, and golden yellows, creating a bold, eye-catching display that can transform even the dullest corner of your home. And the best part? Its colors shift depending on the amount of light it receives. More sunlight means richer, deeper hues, while lower light brings out softer, muted tones. It's almost like having a new plant every season. But Coleus isn't just about looks, it's one of the fastest growing indoor plants. And with the right care, it can become a dense, bushy masterpiece in no time. If you've ever struggled with leggy, thin plants that just don't seem to fill out the way you want, here's the trick: regular pinching and pruning. By simply snipping off the top few leaves every couple of weeks, you encourage the plant to branch out, making it fuller rather than tall and scraggly. Light is key to unlocking Coleus's full potential. It thrives in bright, indirect light. But here's something most people don't know: too much direct sunlight can actually bleach its vibrant colors, while too little can make it grow weak and spindly. The sweet spot? A sunny window with sheer curtains or a well-lit room where it gets consistent brightness without the harsh midday sun. Watering is another thing to keep in mind. Coleus loves moisture but hates soggy roots. If you're someone who tends to overwater, don't worry. We've all been there. Make sure to use a pot with drainage holes and let the top inch of soil dry out before watering again. And if you ever see its leaves drooping dramatically, that's your cue. It's thirsty and needs a drink. And here's something exciting: Coleus is one of the easiest plants to propagate. If you've ever wished you could have more plants without spending extra money, just take a cutting, pop it in water, and within days, you'll see tiny roots sprouting. Before you know it, you'll have a whole collection of these beauties to place around your home or share with friends. So if you want a fast-growing, low-maintenance plant that adds instant color and life to your space, Coleus is the perfect choice. But if you're looking for something that's just as easy to care for but brings a totally different vibe, you're going to love the next plant on our list. Let's talk about the effortless beauty of the spider plant. Great. Now, let's dive into our next plant, the spider plant, a true champion of effortless greenery. If you've ever struggled with keeping plants alive, this one is about to become your new best friend. Spider plants are practically indestructible. making them the perfect choice for both beginners and busy plant lovers who want a thriving indoor garden without constant maintenance. With their long, arching leaves striped in fresh green and creamy white, they add an elegant, cascading effect to any space, whether you place them in a hanging basket, on a shelf, or let them trail beautifully over the edges of a pot. But what makes spider plants truly fascinating is their ability to produce baby plants, or pups, almost effortlessly. If you've ever seen those little offshoots dangling from the mother plant, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These pups can be snipped off and potted separately, making spider plants one of the easiest plants to propagate. It's like your plant is giving you free greenery on autopilot. Now, let's talk care. Spider plants are some of the most forgiving plants out there. They thrive in bright, indirect light but can adapt to lower light conditions if needed. So, if you have that one corner of your home that always seems a little dim, don't worry, this plant can still flourish there. Watering? Simple. Let the soil dry out between waterings, and you're good to go. They don't like sitting in soggy soil, so make sure your pot has good drainage. One thing many people don't realize is that spider plants can be sensitive to chemicals in tap water, which sometimes causes their leaf tips to turn brown. If that happens, try using filtered water or let your tap water sit overnight before watering to allow the chlorine to evaporate. And here's an extra reason to love them: they're natural air purifiers. Studies have shown that spider plants help remove toxins like carbon monoxide and formaldehyde from the air, making them perfect for bedrooms, living spaces, or even your home office. They don't just look good, they actively make your space healthier. So, if you want an easy, fast-growing plant that practically takes care of itself and multiplies effortlessly, the spider plant is a must-have. But what if you're looking for a plant that grows just as fast but brings a trailing golden glow to your space? Well, you're in for a treat, because next up, we have the stunning golden pothos. Awesome. Now, let's move on to our next fast-growing indoor beauty, the golden pothos. If you want a plant that's not just lush and beautiful but also nearly impossible to kill, golden pothos should be at the top of your list. It's the ultimate low-maintenance vine, perfect for anyone who wants a touch of nature indoors without the stress of complicated care routines. With its heart-shaped leaves splashed in shades of green and gold, this plant effortlessly brightens up any space. Whether it's trailing from a hanging basket, climbing up a moss pole, or cascading elegantly from a bookshelf. But what makes golden pothos such a favorite among plant lovers? Its ability to grow fast and thrive in almost any condition. Unlike fussy plants that demand the perfect environment, pothos is happy just about anywhere. It prefers bright, indirect light but can adapt to low light corners, making it an excellent choice for spaces that don't get much sun. In fact, if you've ever had trouble keeping plants alive in a dimly lit room, pothos might just be the answer. And when it comes to watering, golden pothos is as easy as it gets. Just let the top inch of soil dry out before watering again. It can handle the occasional missed watering. But overwatering? That's the real enemy. If you start seeing yellow leaves, it's a sign that the roots are sitting in too much moisture. A well-draining pot and some patience between waterings will keep it thriving. Now, if you want your pothos to grow even bushier and fuller, here's a simple trick: prune it regularly. Instead of letting the vines grow too long and leggy, trim them back every few weeks. This encourages the plant to branch out, making it denser and more voluminous rather than just a few trailing stems. And the best part? Those cuttings you snip off? You can pop them in water, and within days, they'll sprout roots. It's one of the easiest plants to propagate, meaning you can grow new plants for free or share them with friends. But wait, there's more. Golden pothos is also a powerful air purifier, helping to remove toxins like benzene, formaldehyde, and carbon monoxide from your indoor air. So not only does it make your home look lush and inviting, but it also makes it a healthier place to live. If you're looking for a fast-growing, low-maintenance plant that adds effortless beauty to your home, golden pothos is an absolute must-have. But maybe you're after something that makes a bigger statement, something bold, dramatic, and capable of filling a space with its towering presence. Well, up next, we have a showstopper, the Fiddle Leaf Fig. Great. Now, Let's talk about a true statement plant, the Fiddle Leaf Fig. If you're looking for a plant that doesn't just blend into the background but steals the spotlight, the Fiddle Leaf Fig is the one. With its large, glossy, violin-shaped leaves, this plant has become a favorite in modern home decor, often seen in stylish living rooms, minimalist spaces, and cozy corners where it can stand tall and command attention. But beyond its Instagram-worthy appearance, the Fiddle Leaf Fig is also a fast grower when given the right care. It can shoot up several feet in just a few years, transforming any indoor space into a lush, tropical retreat. Now, here's what you need to know to keep this beauty thriving. Unlike easygoing plants like Pothos, the Fiddle Leaf Fig is a bit more particular. It loves bright, indirect sunlight, the more, the better. If you can place it near a big window where it gets consistent, filtered sunlight, you'll see it flourish. But be careful, too much direct sun can scorch its leaves, while too little will make it grow leggy and weak. Watering is another key factor. This plant hates sitting in soggy soil, so always let the top few inches dry out before giving it a deep watering. If you're unsure, just stick your finger in the soil if it feels dry about 2 inches down. It's time to water. Overwatering can lead to root rot, and that's one of the biggest killers of fiddle leaf figs. And here's a little pro tip. If you want your plant to grow bushier instead of just taller, prune the top leaves occasionally. This signals the plant to produce more branches rather than just shooting straight up, giving you a fuller, more balanced look. You can also rotate the pot every few weeks to ensure even growth and prevent it from leaning toward the light. One thing fiddle leaf fig owners quickly learn is that its leaves are sensitive to dust, which can block sunlight and slow down growth. To keep it happy, wipe down the leaves with a damp cloth every couple of weeks. Not only does this keep them looking shiny and fresh, but it also helps the plant absorb more light for photosynthesis. So, is the fiddle leaf fig worth the effort? Absolutely. With a little patience and the right care, it will reward you with stunning, lush foliage that makes a bold statement in any home. But if you're looking for something just as easygoing as Pothos but with a softer, more cascading look, then you'll love our next plant, the Heartleaf Philodendron. Perfect. Now, let's move on to our next fast-growing, effortlessly lush beauty, the Heartleaf Philodendron. If you love the trailing elegance of Pothos but want something even softer and more delicate, the Heartleaf Philodendron is a dream come true. With its deep green, heart-shaped leaves and graceful vines, this plant adds an instant touch of nature to any room. Whether you let it spill over the edges of a hanging basket, drape down a bookshelf, or train it to climb a moss pole, it's one of the most versatile and low-maintenance plants you can grow indoors. What makes the Heartleaf Philodendron stand out is its fast-growing, forgiving nature. It's one of those plants that thrives on neglect, making it perfect for anyone who forgets to water now and then or doesn't have the brightest windows. Unlike its fussier cousin, the fiddle leaf fig, this plant happily adapts to a wide range of light conditions, from bright indirect light to low light. Of course, if you wanted to grow extra lush and full, giving it a spot with good natural light will work wonders. And here's where the magic happens: pruning. If you've ever had a trailing plant that looked a little sparse, you'll love this trick. By simply snipping off the longer vines, you encourage the plant to grow more side shoots, making it denser, bushier, and more vibrant. Don't throw those cuttings away, though. Just like Pothos, the Heartleaf Philodendron propagates effortlessly in water. Within a few weeks, those cuttings will develop roots, and you'll have new plants to fill even more spaces in your home. When it comes to watering, less is more. Heartleaf philodendrons prefer their soil to dry out between waterings. So if you tend to overwater, this plant will teach you a little patience. If you start to see yellowing leaves, it's a sign you might be giving it too much water. On the other hand, if the leaves start curling or looking a bit droopy, it's just asking for a drink. One of the best things about this plant? It's not just easy to care for. It's also a natural air purifier. Like golden Pothos, the Heartleaf Philodendron helps filter toxins from the air, making your home a healthier and fresher space to live in. If you want a plant that's easy, fast-growing, and incredibly rewarding, the Heartleaf Philodendron is a must-have. But what if you're looking for something with a completely different vibe, something lush, tropical, and with soft, Feathery foliage? Then get ready, because up next, we're diving into the elegant world of ferns. Great. Now, let's talk about one of the most timeless and elegant plants you can bring into your home, the fern. If you're looking for a plant that can instantly transform your space into a lush, green retreat, ferns are the way to go. With their delicate, feathery fronds and dense, bushy growth, they add a soft, natural touch that feels like a breath of fresh air. Unlike trailing vines or towering statement plants, ferns bring a wild, organic feel, almost like you've stepped into a secret garden. But here's the thing about ferns. They love humidity. If you've ever had trouble keeping one alive, chances are it wasn't getting enough moisture. Unlike hardy plants like pothos and philodendrons, ferns thrive in damp, humid environments, making them the perfect choice for bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere with consistent moisture in the air. If your home tends to be dry, don't worry. You can easily increase humidity by mist spraying the leaves daily, using a pebble tray filled with water, or placing them near a humidifier. Lighting is another key factor. Ferns don't like harsh direct sunlight. Too much sun can scorch their delicate fronds, leaving them dry and crispy. Instead, they prefer bright, indirect light or even partial shade. If you have a spot near a window with sheer curtains or a cozy corner that gets gentle light, your fern will be perfectly happy. Watering is where most people go wrong with ferns. They don't like to dry out completely, but they also hate being waterlogged. The best approach? Keep the soil consistently moist but never soggy. If the top layer of soil feels slightly dry, it's time to water. If the leaves start turning brown and brittle, that's a sign your fern needs more humidity and a bit more frequent watering. And here's a fun fact. Ferns are some of the oldest plants on Earth. Dating back millions of years, they've survived through countless environmental changes, which means they're incredibly resilient when given the right care. If you want a fast-growing, lush indoor plant that brings softness and a natural, jungle-like feel to your home, ferns are a fantastic choice. But maybe you're looking for something a little more structured, something that climbs, trails, and fills out beautifully while still being easy to care for. If that sounds like what you need, then you're going to love our next plant, the timeless and elegant English ivy. Awesome. Now, let's move on to a plant that's as graceful as it is fast-growing, the English ivy. If you love the idea of a plant that trails effortlessly, climbs beautifully, and fills out any space with a lush, green cascade, then English ivy is the perfect addition to your indoor jungle. There's a reason this plant is a favorite in both indoor and outdoor gardens. It's incredibly versatile. Whether you want it trailing from a hanging basket, climbing a trellis, or spilling over the edges of a bookshelf, English ivy adapts effortlessly, creating a dense, elegant display of greenery. But what really sets English ivy apart is its rapid growth. When given the right conditions, this plant can quickly spread and fill out, making it an excellent choice if you want instant lushness in your space. However, pruning is key. If you let it grow unchecked, it can become a bit wild. Regularly trimming the vines encourages bushier, more compact growth, keeping your plant looking full and healthy rather than stringy and sparse. Now, let's talk about light and placement. English ivy loves bright, indirect light, but unlike some fussy plants, it can also adapt to lower light conditions. If you have a well-lit room, your ivy will grow fast and full. If it's in a shadier spot, it will still grow, just a bit more slowly. The trick is finding a balance. Too much direct sunlight can scorch its delicate leaves, while too little can cause it to become leggy and sparse. When it comes to watering, English ivy prefers to be on the drier side. It's best to let the top inch of soil dry out before watering again. Overwatering can cause root rot, which is one of the few things this plant doesn't handle well. If you start noticing yellowing leaves, that's a sign you might be giving it too much water. And here's a bonus. English ivy is one of the best natural air purifiers. Studies have shown that it helps remove airborne toxins like mold, formaldehyde, and even harmful bacteria from the air. This makes it an excellent choice for improving indoor air quality, especially in bedrooms or home offices where you want a fresher, cleaner atmosphere. So, if you're looking for a fast-growing, adaptable, and effortlessly elegant plant, English ivy is an absolute must-have. But maybe you're looking for something that adds height and drama rather than trailing or climbing. If that's the case, our next plant is perfect for you. Let's talk about the bold and striking Dracaena. Great. Now, let's dive into a plant that brings height, structure, and bold greenery into your home, the Dracaena. If you're looking for a plant that grows fast, adds instant drama, and requires minimal effort, Dracaena is your answer. With its long, sword-like leaves and striking upright growth, this plant is perfect for filling empty corners, adding height to a room, or creating a modern, sculptural look in your indoor space. Unlike trailing vines or bushy ferns, Dracaena grows vertically, making it an excellent choice for small apartments or rooms where floor space is limited but you still want that lush green vibe. One of the best things about Dracaena is that it's ridiculously easy to care for. It thrives in bright, indirect light, but here's the secret: it can also adapt to lower light levels. If you have a spot that doesn't get much natural sunlight, Dracaena will still grow happily, though it may slow down a bit. For the bushiest, fastest growth, give it a well-lit space where it can soak up plenty of brightness without being exposed to direct sunlight, which can scorch its leaves. Now, let's talk watering. If you're someone who tends to forget to water plants, you're in luck. Dracaena prefers to dry out between waterings. Overwatering is one of the biggest mistakes people make with this plant. It likes moist but not soggy soil, so always check the top few inches before adding water. If the leaves start turning yellow or developing brown tips, that's your plant telling you to hold off on watering for a little longer. Another thing to keep in mind: Dracaena is sensitive to chemicals in tap water, especially fluoride. If you notice crispy brown leaf edges, try using filtered water or letting your tap water sit overnight before watering to allow some of the chemicals to evaporate. This simple trick can make a huge difference in keeping your plant lush and happy. And just like English ivy, Dracaena is a natural air purifier. It helps remove toxins like benzene, formaldehyde, and carbon monoxide from the air, making your home not just greener, but also cleaner and healthier. If you're after a fast-growing, low-maintenance plant that brings a bold, structured look to your space, Dracaena is an unbeatable choice. But what if you want something that's not just green but also bursts with color and even flowers? Well, get ready, because up next, we're talking about the beautiful and elegant peace lily. Awesome. Now, let's talk about a plant that's as graceful as it is easy to care for, the peace lily. If you're looking for a plant that thrives with minimal effort, grows fast, and rewards you with stunning white blooms, the peace lily is a perfect choice. Unlike other plants that only focus on foliage, this one delivers both lush greenery and elegant flowers, adding a touch of sophistication and tranquility to any indoor space. Whether placed in a living room, bedroom, or office, a thriving peace lily brings a sense of calm and freshness that few other plants can match. One of the biggest reasons why people love peace lilies is how easy they are to care for. They adapt well to different lighting conditions, thriving in bright, indirect light but also handling lower light levels better than most flowering plants. If you have a spot that doesn't get much sunlight, don't worry, your peace lily will still grow, though it may produce fewer flowers. But if you want bigger, more frequent blooms, place it in a well-lit area with filtered sunlight for the best results. Watering? This plant will literally tell you when it's thirsty. One of its most unique features is how its leaves dramatically droop when it needs water, almost as if it's asking for a drink. And the best part? As soon as you water it, the leaves perk right back up within a few hours. It's like plant magic. To keep it happy, water once the top inch of soil feels dry, not too much, not too little. Peace lilies hate soggy roots, so make sure your pot has good drainage to prevent overwatering. Now, let's talk about those iconic white flowers. What many people don't realize is that they're not actually flowers. They're specialized leaves called spathes, which surround the true flowers hidden inside. These blooms last for weeks at a time, and with the right care, your peace lily will keep producing them year-round. A little bit of gentle fertilizer every couple of months can help encourage more frequent blooming. And here's a bonus: peace lilies are powerful air purifiers. NASA studies have shown that they help remove toxins like formaldehyde, benzene, and ammonia from the air, making them a great plant for improving indoor air quality. They're also known to increase humidity, which can be especially helpful if you suffer from dry skin or respiratory issues. So, if you want a fast-growing, beautiful plant that practically cares for itself while also purifying your air, the peace lily is an excellent choice. But if you're looking for something even bigger, bolder, and glossier, then get ready for our next plant, the striking and sturdy rubber plant. Great! Now, let's talk about a plant that's bold, glossy, and incredibly resilient, the rubber plant. If you want a plant that grows tall, commands attention, and requires minimal maintenance, the rubber plant is a must-have. With its large, thick, glossy leaves that range from deep green to rich burgundy, this plant brings a modern and polished look to any indoor space. Whether placed in a minimalist apartment, a cozy home, or a professional office, the rubber plant adds structure, depth, and elegance, all while being one of the easiest tall plants to care for. One of the best things about the rubber plant is its ability to grow fast. Under the right conditions, it can shoot up several feet in just a couple of years, making it a great alternative to taller, fussier indoor trees. But if you prefer a shorter, bushier look, there's a simple trick: prune the top regularly. This encourages side branches to develop, creating a fuller, more compact shape rather than a single tall stem. Now, let's talk about lighting. Rubber plants thrive in bright, indirect sunlight, but they're also one of the few large plants that can adapt to lower light. If you want maximum growth, place yours in a well-lit room near a window. If you only have a medium to low light spot, it will still grow, just a bit more slowly. One thing to avoid: harsh, direct sunlight. Too much exposure can scorch the leaves, causing brown patches. When it comes to watering, less is more. Rubber plants prefer their soil to dry out slightly between waterings. So if you're someone who tends to forget watering, this plant will be very forgiving. The best rule: water only when the top 2 inches of soil feel dry. Overwatering is one of the few ways to kill this plant, leading to root rot and dropping leaves. If you start seeing yellowing leaves, cut back on the watering immediately. And here's something not everyone knows: rubber plants love having their leaves cleaned. Because their large, glossy foliage can collect dust, it's important to wipe them down with a damp cloth every couple of weeks. This not only keeps them looking vibrant but also helps the plant breathe better, leading to stronger, healthier growth. Another reason to love the rubber plant? It's a natural air purifier. Just like the peace lily, it helps filter toxins from indoor air, improving overall air quality while adding a fresh, green vibe to your space. And there you have it, 10 incredible indoor plants that grow fast, fill out beautifully, and bring a lush, vibrant feel to your home. Whether you're just starting your plant journey or you're already deep into the world of indoor gardening, these plants offer the perfect balance of beauty and ease of care. Maybe you're someone who loves the effortless trailing elegance of a golden pothos or the bold, structured look of a rubber plant. Or perhaps you prefer the graceful, delicate fronds of a fern or the timeless sophistication of a peace lily. No matter your style, there's a fast-growing plant out there ready to transform your space into a thriving green paradise. And the best part? Caring for these plants isn't just about making your home look beautiful, it's about creating a connection with nature. Even in the smallest of apartments or the busiest of lifestyles, watching a tiny cutting grow into a lush, bushy masterpiece isn't just rewarding, it's a reminder that growth takes time, patience, and just the right amount of care. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Here on Earthly Delights, we're all about helping you create the indoor jungle of your dreams, whether you're a beginner, a busy plant parent, or just someone looking for that next green companion. And hey, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these plants is your favorite? Do you already have any of them in your home? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep growing, keep thriving, and keep filling your space with the magic of plants. See you in the next video.